Hi guys, so as promised I'm going to be doing two reviews today. The first one will be on Delirium by Lauren Oliver and the second will be on Pandemonium, which is the sequel. As I said in my first video, the reason why I'm doing this is because at the moment I'm reading Requiem by Lauren Oliver, which is the third book in this series, and so I wanted to do a quick review on the first two books just to give you an idea of what the trilogy is about. Now, I apologise if these reviews aren't as much detail as some of you may like them to be, but I did read these books last year and so I can't remember all the details. I can just remember the general storyline, so I hope that these reviews are okay. So yeah, let's get started. Delirium is based in Portland, Maine, USA, in a dystopian world where they class love as a disease. Now, they've actually created a cure for this disease, and it's mandatory for you to get this cure once you turn 18. Before you turn 18, you undergo an assessment where they match you up with a partner and they give you the amount of children that you're supposed to have. So once you turn 18, you get the cure, you get eradicated of love, and you just live your life how they want you to. Our main character, Lena, she's 17 when this book starts, and I think it's about 90 days before her procedure, and she's super excited. She can't wait to be cured of love and just live the life that they've planned out for her. She wants normality, she wants structure. However, she meets a character called Alex and falls in love with him. So of course this causes all sorts of problems. So yeah, the story basically follows Lena as she falls in love with Alex, discovers what she wants, and yeah, it's a really good book. I think it's about 393 pages. Yeah, so I would definitely recommend it. I would say the way that Lauren Oliver writes it is absolutely amazing. Like, some of the ways that she describes certain events or certain objects, I've never seen writing like this. I've never seen descriptions the way that she does it, and I think it's absolutely brilliant to be surprised by the types of things that she says. Another thing I would say is that part of the story is about the Book of Shush, which is SHH, and it does stand for something, but at the moment I can't remember what that stands for. But basically these characters treat this as a sort of Bible, and it tells you about the greatness of the cure and the society that it creates, and it tells you about the dangers of love. So stories such as Romeo and Juliet are actually cautionary tales that they tell the children to encourage them to get the cure. Now, rather than just telling the readers about this book, Lauren Oliver actually writes passages from this book at the beginning of the chapters, and I think that's amazing because I think it shows that she's put effort into actually showing us the types of things that this book has in it, rather than just letting us imagine it for ourselves. So yeah, that is that book. I think I read that book in a couple of days. It's so gripping. I honestly couldn't put it down. So yeah, that is that one reviewed, done and dusted. The second book I will say, however, if you haven't read Delirium, I would turn the video off now, because the storyline of Pandemonium, even though it won't spoil any of the Pandemonium story, it will have some major spoilers for Delirium. So if you haven't read Delirium and you plan to, I would recommend you turn this video off now, because it will ruin the storyline for you. Okay. So Pandemonium obviously picks up where Delirium leaves off. And it starts off with Lena going into the wilds and her trying to sort out a life for herself there. Now, she meets a group of friends and they are all invalids, which are what they call people who are over 18 but not cured. The way that the story is written, actually, it flicks each chapter, it flicks between a then and a now section. The then section tells you about her making a life for herself in the wilds and her figuring out how to live without the comforts of the inner city walls. And the now section tells stories of her actually back in the city, posing as a cured person once she's joined the revolution. Revolution or rebellion? Rebellion, I think. So yeah, and the group of people that she's met don't think that being free of the cure is enough. They think they should eradicate the cure for everyone, and everyone should have the right to choose. Now, I think the fact that she switches and changes between the then and now is actually quite hard to get used to at the beginning. You kind of finish one like then section and get confused because it goes straight into a now section and everything's a bit jumbled up. Once you get used to it, I think it's actually a really clever way of telling the story, because if you do all the then at the first half of the book and all the now the second half of the book, I think the book would be really slow to get into, because nothing really happens in the then, it's just kind of background information. So I think that the way she does it is really clever, because it makes the book gripping all the way through rather than kind of slow to begin. So yeah, that is the Pandemonium book. She actually meets a character called Julian in it, and to start with, she's quite hesitant of his presence, because obviously she misses Alex. He didn't come into the wilds with her, and she's quite miserable about it. But she warms up to Julian in the middle, near the end of the book, I think. So yeah, that is Pandemonium pretty much done. I would definitely recommend these books. They're so good. I really like them. I think I read Pandemonium in about a day or 2 days. I'm not sure how many pages it is. Shorter than Delirium. It is 329 pages, so it's only just shorter, but yep, it's shorter than Delirium. So yeah. Hopefully I will finish reading Requiem soon. I'm not entirely sure when, because I'm not even halfway through it yet, but I'm planning to post a video sometime next week, but that obviously depends if I finished it. So yes, I will see you guys soon. Bye.